highly sought-after postseason tickets distributed.
Eagle Eye's Hannah McClure has more in the newsroom. Hannah?
That's right. After completely redoing the 2017 student ticketing system, SGA is adding a referendum to the ballots for the February 6th election. Students will have 4 options to choose from. The random lottery option will give equal priority to all students who enter the lottery. The credit hour priority option will give priority to the students with the most Auburn credit hours. The loyalty-based priority option will give priority to students with the least number of penalty points in the current football season. And the credit hour and loyalty-based priority option will give priority to the students with the highest credit hours and least penalty points. These changes came after many students complained about not being able to secure tickets to the SEC Championship and the Peach Bowl. Live in the newsroom, Hannah McClure, Eagle Eye TV.
And after a historic year of only the 3rd female SGA president in Auburn history, elections are just around the corner for who will fill Jacqueline Keck and the rest of the SGA's positions.
Major positions of president, vice president, treasurer, Miss Auburn, and minor positions of schools' council presidents and vice presidents, at-large senators, and college senators. Miss Auburn campaigns for the first time will not focus on philanthropic platforms. Instead, the candidates will campaign on the Auburn Creed,
which really allowed people who maybe didn't have a certain charity in mind to kind of reflect on their own Auburn experiences and to really look and see how they could make Auburn better. And by reflecting on the creed, it's obviously the core values of Auburn. And so the girls really got the opportunity to kind of look through themselves, look at the parts of Auburn they love or maybe think that needs changing. And in that way, they were able to build these sort of, what these credentials that they're going to run off of was.
So I know a lot of times Miss Auburn, typically throughout her time in that position, works on whatever philanthropy it is.
Sure.
What will she be doing during her time now?
So she's really going to be, again, the girls have gotten really creative with it and gotten, these great creed-based sort of running points to go off of. And she's really going to focus on being that ambassador role. So really from, she's kind of almost the figurehead of the university, like ambassador-wise. And so she's this girl that, is the woman of Auburn who, is the first face a lot of people will see when they come in. So she'll really be looking at that role and how she can take on, that leadership and really showing outward of Auburn and both, the people who don't know Auburn and the people who do kind of what Auburn is.
Students will also notice changes to campaigning this year. Stricter rules to prohibit off-campus campaigning and limiting the number of people campaigning in certain locations across campus. These changes are intended to make students more comfortable with elections. Campaigns begin next week with election on Tuesday, February 6th.
Buffalo's Alan Green has been announced as Auburn's new athletic director. Green has served as the University at Buffalo's athletic director since fall 2015. Auburn President Stephen Leath said that Green kicks off the next exciting chapter for Auburn athletics. In our interviews and due diligence learning all we could about him, it became overwhelmingly clear that Alan has the right combination of leadership, enthusiasm, experience, and management to lead Auburn athletics to success well into the future.
Green's hire makes him one of the youngest athletic directors in the NCAA Division I ranks at just 40 years old. He was welcomed by students at last week's basketball game against the University of Georgia. Green will take over current AD Jay Jacobs' job beginning in February.
Coming up, basketball looked to prove themselves in a road test.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV.
Recently, our country
Auburn's
has witnessed
news leader.
catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
game of the season to Alabama, the Tigers fell to number 19 on Monday. Auburn looked to prove themselves again last night on the road, this time traveling to a favored Mizzou team. Missouri kept it close through much of the first half, but Auburn was able to pull away in the second half to take a commanding lead of 91-73. All eyes have been on Auburn basketball, but now all eyes will be back on football. Auburn quarterback Jarrett Stidham was seen earlier today in a left shoulder sling. Auburn Athletics said Stidham had a minor shoulder procedure, and head coach Gus Malzahn expects him to participate in spring practices. The sophomore quarterback led the Tigers to a 10-4 record in 2017 and is currently listed on several Heisman watch lists for the upcoming season. Stidham finished the 2017 season with 3,158 total passing yards and 18 touchdowns, also rushing for 153 yards and 4 scores. Earlier this month, Stidham announced he would be returning for another season for the Tigers rather than declaring for the NFL Draft. Now, with the NFL Draft approaching, several Tigers have elected to play in the 2018 Senior Bowl on Saturday. Safety Trey Matthews, linebacker Trey Williams, kicker Daniel Carlson, long snapper Ike Powell, and offensive lineman Austin Golson will represent Auburn in this year's game. Eagle Eye Sports Director Sarah Polcheski will have your game coverage on Saturday, with kickoff slated for 1:30 p.m. at Ladd Peableys Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. To stay up to date on all your Auburn sports, go to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, or follow us on Twitter at EETV_sports. After the break, see why Auburn nursing students have started a petition in protest of the school. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Get home safe.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
County residents have died after experiencing flu-like symptoms. An 88-year-old man from Opelika and a 56-year-old man from Smith Station have died after contracting the virus. The Centers for Disease Control lists the flu as widespread in every state except Hawaii and Washington, D.C. The flu is considered particularly bad this year, with hundreds of reported deaths nationwide. The Auburn Med Clinic recommends students be on the lookout for fever, cough, sore throat, feeling feverish, or fatigue, and seek medical attention sooner rather than later.
Over 1,300 people have signed a petition after the School of Nursing announced changes to its admissions requirements last week. The petition claims that the School of Nursing will now accept half the number of people for both fall and spring cohorts. Students are accepted to the program in spring of sophomore year. The petition claims that the changes were made after students this semester submitted their applications. Dean of Nursing Greg Neuschonder said that the school is not changing any requirements or decreasing enrollment. Instead, he said that the school is, quote, redistributing the entry points to the major, as data suggests that resequencing the courses in the school will result in better outcomes for students. He noted that the change came so quickly. Once we were aware of the problem, we had a responsibility to act to change it. Waiting for another year or two to make the change would not be acceptable.
After several delays, Panera Bread in the Mel Classroom building is scheduled to open soon, and students are looking forward to the new dining option.
Panera Bread at Auburn University is scheduled to open this spring in the Mel Classroom building. Students are excited and looking forward to the grand opening.
I'm pretty excited for a new Panera. We don't have food up here, and I find it really hard to study when you can't grab a snack that's nutritional as well. So I think it'll be a great time at Panera.
I'm looking forward to Panera opening. It'll be good to get some more options as far as, where you can eat on campus. I live off campus, so, I don't eat on campus all that much, but the more options, the better, in my opinion.
Panera Bread is scheduled to open on March 1st.
A new ranking released by Niche ranked Auburn and Opelika City School Systems high on their list of best school systems in Alabama. Auburn City Schools ranked 6th, and Opelika City Schools came in at 19th. The ranking was based off a comprehensive look at the school that included teachers, academics, clubs and activities, diversity, sports, administration, and food. The rankings come out as a list of failing schools in the state was released by the Alabama State Department of Education. No schools from Lee County were included on that list. Several schools from Montgomery were listed as failing, and Birmingham had the most schools included on the list.
This week's Pet of the Week is Ragnarok. He's just under a year old and still full of puppy energy. Ragnarok loves playing with toys and would be a great fit for someone who wants a big and playful companion.
Ragnarok is available for adoption at the Lee County Humane Society.
After the break, a look at what students want SGA candidates to focus on most.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
For all the papas out there, let's stop what we're doing and take a moment. A moment to be with our kids. They can be loud moments, goofy moments, sporty moments, dorky moments, kooky moments. Moments where we talk or walk or just hang out. It doesn't really matter. They all count because every time dads take a moment to be with their kids, well, it's pretty momentous. So let's all take a moment to make a moment today.
I'm Ferdinand. You look at me and think big. You think scary, but I'm a little misunderstood. Funny! Sorry, I almost killed you. We've all been misunderstood. I'm not a fighter.
I don't understand that at all.
Kids with learning and attention issues like dyslexia and ADHD are misunderstood too. Take the time to understand.
Best plan ever!
With the right support, everyone can reach their full potential because you can't judge a bull by his cover. Learn more at understood.org.
A Twitter poll revealed that students are most interested in SGA candidates changing on campus. By a landslide, parking is the #1 issue students care about, to which Auburn Parking Services replied with a haters gonna hate gif.
Beyond that, students want more diversity and inclusion, better dining, and better athletic ticket distribution. Tiger Dining also got in on all the fun with a gif. I think it's so funny, Don Andre and all of Parking Services' presence on Twitter and how they kind of tweet back at the students.
That's all we have for you tonight. Be sure to keep up to date with all the latest news by following us on Facebook and Twitter at Eagle Eye TV and online at eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Chloe Thaler.
And I'm Ellie McCoy. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.